Where did the idea for a Mary Poppins origin story come from?
Well, the idea came from my daughter, actually, many years ago when she read the Mary Poppins stories. She wondered, who was Mary Poppins? Where did her powers come from? And that stuck in my mind, and it seemed like a great idea that nobody else has written, as to figure out where she came from.
Everyone seems to think of the Disney films when they think of Mary Poppins. What's different about the original books?
They do, and that's because Disney is a powerhouse in terms of creating and distilling stories. But the original stories by P.L. Travers, who was quite maligned in the Disney film Saving Mr. Banks, were tartly written and combined, as the New York Times said at the time, a cosmic resonance with domestic comedy. It's a wonderful combination.
I understand there's a Disney Mary Poppins sequel coming out in 2018.
There is, and that was a reason I wanted to finish the prequel before. And that film will be starring Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda. But it's a sequel, whereas my book delves into why she came to be.
Could you read us an excerpt?
I could. This is the scene where Mary is about to go on a quest to find the King's Cross medal, which is going to be used in a salutation ceremony over Stonehenge. It's been given to her by the king. So she's saying goodbye to her mother and her brother Thomas. After assembly, Thomas, the principal, her mother's the principal of the school, and her secretary accompanied Mary to the foyer of the school. "You are to visit two people," said the principal. "The first is a Mr. Raymond Westman at his garden in Hyde Park behind the Serpentine Cafe. The second is Muriel Redstart of the Elder Council." "What for?" asked Mary in our haughtiest, terror-covering voice. "They are to give you items to help you achieve the quest, of course," said the secretary. "I actually don't know what they are, dear," said the principal. "They may answer any question to your own questions about the quest, and it is you seeking understanding who needs the proper questions asked." "Time to go," said Mary. "I will call a taxi," said the principal's secretary. "I don't need a taxi," said Mary. "What do you mean, dear?" asked the principal. Mary opened her parrot's head umbrella and held it over her head as if she expected a light drizzle, and she lifted gently into the air. "Wow," said Thomas. "It's the parrot," Mary said as she gently floated to the pavement. "It was just an ordinary handled umbrella yesterday." "Well, you can't take Thomas on that," said the principal. "It's not safe." "Take Thomas? Take Thomas? The nanny has left with no notice, Mary," the principal explained. "We are very busy. You are the bravest and most organized member of our family. After all, you're training as a governess." "I am training to be a postmistress." "I'm sorry, Marble," said Thomas. Mary fell silent. "Is that why you're wearing your jacket?" she asked. Thomas nodded. "Thomas," she said as her brother began to cry, "it's all right. I was taken by surprise, that's all." She took out a daisy-spotted handkerchief and wiped his nose gently.